In 2020, Reddit user Hello I'm Ronnie snapped two strange photos on their birthday around 6:30 p.m. while walking through their parents' yard. At the edge of the driveway, near the trees, they spotted someone pacing back and forth, nervously. The figure suddenly turned and stared straight at them. Ronnie quickly took two zoomed-in shots from a distance of about 100 to 150 feet. What stood out wasn't just the timing or the look, it was how unnatural the moment felt. Despite digging into forums and theories, they never figured out what they had seen. John and his friend from the channel Exploration Unknown were hiking deep in the forest. The area was said to be public land, but signs suggested otherwise. Right from the start, unsettling noises echoed through the trees, putting both of them on edge.
We should be on a private road.
I don't know if it is or not, because it used to be a logging road back. Because there's a road that supposedly, this one is supposed to go uphill, and then this one's supposed to keep going kind of flat. I keep hearing stuff moving, man. I don't like this, Tim.
Dude, this is so...
This is one of the scariest places, guys. You can't even, like, my light's not lighting it up enough for you to see how freaking creepy this is. Like, you can see we're in the middle of absolute nowhere.
Still, they pushed forward, curious but uneasy. As they explored, a truck suddenly pulled up and stopped. Then, this happened.
Shh. Dude, keep your light. Keep your light, dude. Oh my God, dude, it's a car. Shh. Hide. Dude, they were waiting. Somebody's here. Shh. Get down. Oh God, dude, we gotta get out of here. You shut the engine off. Dude, we gotta get out of here. I can't see. I gotta turn on. Don't move. Maybe I'll leave. Oh God, he's getting out. Oh God. Dude, he's got a gun. He's got a gun. Okay, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Okay. Go. Oh God. Tim, you okay? You okay? Get up, dude. Come on. Get up. Are you hit? Oh God, run, dude. Run.
In a frenzy, they fled, sprinting blindly through the dark trees. Fortunately, they managed to get away safely. Back in 2013, while reviewing the footage from his tree-mounted trail cam, this man noticed something disturbing. At first, nothing unusual, just a deer standing still, its eyes focused on something out of frame. But then, from the right side, a small figure appears, what looks like a child quietly approaching through the darkness. Startled, the deer bolts. The most unsettling part, the timestamp, just after 4 a.m. These woods were fenced in private land, far from any neighborhood. No child should have been there, not at that hour. So who or what did the camera capture that night? A whitewater rafting group had pulled over along the upper Colorado River for a lunch break. As the crew relaxed on shore, someone noticed something unusual across the river. About 500 yards away, a tall, dark figure was moving along the tree line, too upright and large to be any ordinary animal. Logan Kirk, the guide, confirmed it wasn't part of their group. Some thought it might be a bear, but its posture and slow stride didn't quite match. At first, they didn't want to believe it, but they couldn't find a better explanation. It looked a lot like Bigfoot. A woman was hiking at the Grand Canyon when she noticed a man wandering too close to the cliffside, trying to get the perfect picture. But then, the man slipped and panic set in.
It's going back, man.
Just come back.
Oh yeah, I'll come back sometime. Oh, this is fucking beautiful.
It is, but...
Hey, no native cross, girl.
Oh shit, is he okay? Wait. Dude. Oh no.
Oh shit, man.
No.
Don't look at it. You smoke.
Don't look, don't look. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, we told him to come back up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We need to call. You have your phone. Get your phone.
Helicopter is out. Here.
Give me a call.
He tumbled toward a second drop, but somehow, miraculously, survived. Battered and motionless, he was airlifted by a trauma helicopter just in time. The woman and other onlookers were shaken. They had almost witnessed a true disaster. Luckily, the man survived. A Facebook user decided to take a shortcut through a patch of woods behind their house after visiting a nearby friend. It wasn't a long walk, but as they neared the trees, a strange, heavy sense of dread crept in. Then, a message came through. Their friend, who claims to be a medium, had texted, "Surround yourself with light." She said a girl had recently taken her own life in those very woods. Shaken but curious, the user paused and snapped a few photos before stepping inside. Later, while reviewing the images and adjusting the brightness, they noticed something chilling. In one photo, there appears to be a figure dressed in black with a pale face and hands, walking an animal. A photo taken the next day in broad daylight showed nothing unusual. No figure, no shape, nothing out of the ordinary. Could it have been pareidolia, just a trick of light and leaves, or did she truly capture something, someone, still lingering in those woods that night? A man checked his home security footage after receiving motion alerts late at night. At first, everything looked normal. The yard was quiet, empty. But as he rewound the clip and looked closer, he saw this.
My video camera was recording and no one was out back. Took a look, no one was out back. Check this out. Watch in between the square. Mainly watch this spot right here. You can see a shadow up here. Boom.
And no one's there.
And then you see this little orb right here.
And then you
watch. Babe. Look at that. No one's out back.
It just sits there too.
It does. It just sits right there.
And you can see the whole shadow, like a person.
That's nuts. I don't know how long it sits
Goes
there
away.
for. The orb goes away. Comes back. Now watch. The person is going to disappear.
It's like they're just boom.
Boom. Gone.
A dark, shadowy figure. And when he checked outside, no footprints, no signs of anyone. Who or what did his camera capture that night? While hiking up Mount Shasta, a traveler struck up a conversation with a local tour guide. Jokingly, he asked if the man had ever encountered Bigfoot. That's when things took an unexpected turn. Years earlier, the guide had taken a photo of a friend near the summit, but later, while reviewing the picture, they noticed something chilling. A figure with glowing eyes, partially hidden among the trees in the background. The guide admitted he often feels watched while up there. So, was it just an animal, or did he unknowingly capture a glimpse of the legendary creature? While exploring a quiet cemetery, a woman stumbled upon a headstone. It marked the resting place of a couple, Mr. and Mrs. Rice. At first glance, it seemed perfectly normal. But then, she noticed something strange.
Mr. Rice? Mr. and Mrs. Rice? Look at this. He was born in 1944, but died in 2034. And then Miss Rice was born in 1950, and she died in 2040.
Both dates were still in the future. She stood there confused. Was this just a bizarre prank, or maybe a mistake by the engraver? A Reddit user, once a firm skeptic of anything paranormal, began to question his beliefs after a close friend shared years of unsettling experiences. The friend had moved into an old vicarage in rural South England, a place filled with cold spots, strange noises, and the constant feeling of being watched. As his parents began traveling more, he was left alone in the house, and his fear only grew. Then, one day, while out walking his dog, he snapped this photo. In it, a woman can be seen, one he claimed had been following him. To this day, the image still gives the Redditor chills, and for the first time, he believed his friend's stories might be real. In 2011, on a freezing night, a trail camera set up by Kirk Brandenburg in New Mexico's Hez Mountain captured something bizarre. The infrared device detected a heat signature 140 yards away. For comparison, a 6'2" human appeared smaller at 100 yards. Experts estimated the figure was about 7 feet 1 inch tall. With no campers, trails, or wildlife nearby, and no trace found afterward, it couldn't have been a tree or animal. The shape resembled Bigfoot, and the heat signature proved it was alive. Over a decade later, this eerie image remains unexplained. While exploring an abandoned building deep in the woods, this person stumbled upon something downright terrifying. On one of the walls hung a large cross, surrounded by dozens of photographs of people. Nearby, smaller crosses were crudely scratched into the surface, and at the other end of the room stood a bamboo cross. Was it part of a ritual, a shrine? Whatever it was, the explorer knew one thing: he had to leave. Thankfully, he made it out safely. A man was on a solo backpacking trip through a remote stretch of wilderness, documenting his journey, when suddenly he heard something strange.
Dude, I'm tripping out. That fucking noise is wild. I don't see like any bugs.
A loud, unplaceable sound echoed through the trees. No one else was around, no signs of wildlife nearby. Was it a predator, something stalking him from the shadows? If you recognize the sound or have any theories, let me know in the comments. This person lives deep in the woods. One morning, while checking footage from a trail camera set up in their yard, they were shocked by what they saw. The camera had captured a figure in the middle of the night. What appeared to be a woman dressed in old-fashioned clothing walking through their property. The most disturbing part, nobody lives nearby, and the land is completely fenced off. So who or what did this family capture on camera that night? The YouTube channel Explore With Us stumbled upon something eerie just outside the infamous Area 51. While exploring the barren desert, they came across a long abandoned tunnel, hidden and worn by time. The entrance looked untouched for years, with rusted tools and scattered remnants inside, hinting that someone may have once worked or even lived there. As they ventured deeper, the camera caught this.
Yeah. You know? That door just closed by itself, guys. You out? That sucks.
I didn't expect that.
Your battery dead. Let's get by this part.
That flashlight.
Yeah.
Faint knocking, strange movements in the shadows, and what sounded like a disembodied voice echoing through the tunnel. But the real question is, what was this tunnel built for? Does it lead to Area 51? No one knows, but its proximity to it makes the whole thing even more mysterious. Hannah Moody, a 31-year-old hiker and social media personality with over 40,000 followers, was recently found near the Gateway Trailhead in Arizona's McDowell Sonorian Preserve. She had been reported missing just a day earlier by friends after they stopped hearing from her. Search teams, unable to trace her phone, began a ground operation. Eventually, her body was spotted by a Maricopa County Sheriff's helicopter, lying around 600 feet off the trail. Police have ruled out foul play, and there were no visible injuries. Nobody knows what has happened to her. Australian YouTuber Tyler Thompson set out for a weekend of off-road fun at Barrington Tops, but things went wrong fast.
On the way there, Dad had accidentally filled his 3-litre diesel Patrol with petrol, meaning we spent our first day sorting out that issue before sending him home on a tow truck. So by the time we got up into Barrington Tops, it was late and absolutely pouring with rain. We knew there was meant to be some rain around this weekend, but there was way more coming than we expected.
By the time they reached the park, torrential rain had flooded the trails.
Well, it's a Saturday morning. We're up in Barrington Tops National Park for a weekend of camping, four-wheel driving, exploring, and it's absolutely pouring down rain and we're standing here soaking wet. How you guys liking the trip so far?
By the second day, campsites turned soggy and creeks became rivers.
So it's just absolutely soaking up the Barrington Tops and we had to get out of there, and this is one of the reasons we thought we're going to get stuck up in the mountains here because it's just getting that wet, and we've come down and the road is flooded, and that's like not even thinkable about crossing. That's like...
When they tried to leave, their exit was under waist-deep water. A local farmer suggested an alternate route, risky but worth a shot.
It has gone down a little bit. It's not stupid because it's got a windrow, so it's safe.
It's like up to your, just above your knee. It's about your knee.
I was just watching back the video we took when we were here a couple of hours ago, and that thing has dropped probably nearly 200 mil. So it definitely is dropping.
After hours of watching water levels drop, they finally made a cautious crossing. But 6 more waterlogged causeways lay ahead.
I do want to reinforce to be extremely careful doing this, as the road may have collapsed under the water, logs can come down, vehicles can get washed away, and there is just a lot of factors to consider. We hung around for a further few hours, walked the crossing, test drove in and out to different spots to feel out the bottom and see where the water was hitting the vehicle, and made sure it was completely safe, where all the water was flowing under the vehicle and we were good to go. While not an expert, I have crossed hundreds of water crossings off-road in my four-wheel drive all across Australia of different depths and flow rates, and have a good understanding of what these vehicles can and can't do and what to be aware of. With the GQ being higher and heavier than the Ute, I made the call to drive back across and attach a rope to Lakin to bring him across just for that extra safety. And we made it. Unfortunately though, the adventure was not over yet.
With teamwork and grit, they pushed through the night, finally making it out, soaked but safe. While hiking deep in the mountains, a lone hiker stumbled across something unsettling about 4 miles in. Lying beside the path were several handmade figures, damaged humanoid shapes with faces, limbs, and needles stuck in them. Curious, the hiker picked one up. It felt cold, damp. There were no other hikers, no signs, no explanations. The figures resembled voodoo dolls, perhaps part of a ritual, a memorial, or something darker. Whatever was going on here, the discovery left the hiker deeply unsettled. A woman and her friend were on a quiet beach one day. Nobody else was around, so they decided to record some fun videos. But then, in one of the clips, a figure that looks like a woman appears. As she moves, her arms glitch strangely, making it seem like the video might have been edited. However, the people who uploaded it insist this is the original and have no explanation either. What's your take on this? In Argentina, a bizarre skull was found. It was long, stretched out, and didn't look like any human skull. Some believe it's alien. Others say it looks like the ancient Ant-Men described in Greek mythology, small, dog-sized underground beings known for their intelligence and swarm tactics. So, is it an alien relic, a myth, or just a deformed human skull? A group of backpackers were hiking down a scenic trail when this happened.
Take a wall lift.
No, really, because like that's what.
Out of nowhere, a grizzly bear emerged from the dense woods and calmly started chasing them. The group picked up their pace, desperate to put distance between themselves and the predator. Fortunately, the bear eventually backed off, but it was a hike to never forget. On March 14th, 2025, deep in Georgia's Blood Mountain wilderness, a woman set up camp alone, hoping for a quiet retreat. She parked her van, settled in, and was working on her laptop with the curtains open, unaware that her peaceful day was about to shift.
Something crazy kind of happened today. I was actually sitting in my van. I am pretty deep in the Georgia woods. I'm doing something called dispersed camping out in a wildlife management area where you're allowed to park, like it's public land, certain spots in the woods, and you can find one that's open and camp there legally. So I've been out here for a couple days. I've just been all by myself out here. I'm in this area called Blood Mountain. This car parks behind me and a guy gets out. He literally walks into my campsite, like goes straight up to the creek. And I notice he has a tripod and a camera. I'm like, why is he taking photos right in my campsite? The creek goes the whole way. There's tons of waterfalls. You don't need to come right into my campground. Meanwhile, it's middle of the day, so I do not have my window coverings up. I'm actually sitting up on my bed working on my laptop. Well, then a second gentleman gets out of the car, and I call him a gentleman because he's a little bit older. Okay, like he's going to realize somebody's here because I'm obviously not sitting out. My chair is out there, my hammock is out there. My fire, as you could see, is like not even 4 feet from the door of my van, yet they're walking in between my fire ring that I have right there that has smoke coming up because I had a fire, and my door.
Suddenly, a car pulled in behind her. One man stepped out and walked straight into her campsite, taking photos by the creek right near her fire pit. Then another older man got out. Feeling cornered, she panicked and opened the door.
And I see him walk up to my front window where Apollo is sitting in the front seat. And he is looking in the window, waving at Apollo, talking to him. And I'm like, I am right here. I'm right here working. He's right there in my window. It was so uncomfortable. I'm like, okay, he just saw the cat. He's going to move on. But no. Then he starts looking into my side window right here, my sliding door window. There's all this wide open space. Like, were they trying to intimidate me? Because if that's the case, it was working. He comes up to the foot of my bed where my window is by my feet and is looking into the window into my van. I went into fight or flight mode. And guys, I chose fight. Why did I choose fight? And I did something I should not have done. I opened my door. Hindsight, stupidest thing ever. But I went in there like, excuse me, can I help you? No, I cannot help them. No, why did I open my door? I am not going to take on 2 grown men by myself. That's just not going to happen. But that was my instinct. I'm disappointed in myself.
That night, she didn't get much sleep, but she made it through safely. While driving home from college through Prince Frederick, Maryland, Danielle snapped a photo of a crash site. At first, it looked routine, firefighters working around a wrecked SUV. But later, a friend spotted something unusual. On the right side of the image, a ghostly, mist-like figure appeared, almost as if it were rising from the scene. When Danielle showed the photo to her family, their reaction was immediate. This wasn't just a glitch or lens flare. To them, it looked like a spirit caught in the moment it left. In this strange clip recorded by a hiker, we see what looks like a dead, dried up fish. But as soon as the hiker gives it a few drops of water, it twitches back to life. The fish is a pleco, also known as the sucker-mouthed catfish, native to South American rivers and ponds. When the water dries up, this fish buries itself in mud and enters a sleep-like state called aestivation. Its metabolism slows down drastically, allowing it to survive for months without food or water. Once rehydrated, like in this clip, it stirs back to life. It looks like resurrection, but it's just nature doing its thing. Two hikers adventured deep into the San Gabriel Mountains for a peaceful camping trip. They pitched their tents in a quiet spot and set out to explore the surroundings. But as they wandered further, a strange uneasiness crept in, like some unseen animal was watching them. Firm believers in the Sasquatch legend, they stayed alert.
Look at that. That's it, bro. You're right, that's it. Dude.
What the? That is.
I'm not going near that thing. Listen. Some rocks just came flying down this hillside right here. I'm gonna do a whistle and see if we hear anything.
You hear it? No, did you hear it?
Yeah. Back it up a little bit.
That was loud.
Then, without warning, rocks came flying at them from the hillside above. They couldn't see anyone, but to them, it felt like a warning. Nomad Unknown, a solo van lifer and YouTuber, set out to enjoy one final peaceful day at a remote forest campsite. The morning was perfect. Clear skies, birdsong, blooming wildflowers, and a few quiet moments of self-care. But as she walked a nearby trail, the calm shifted.
There's a bear. I can't tell if it's a black bear or grizzly. It's cinnamon in color. It's a grizzly. Alright. It's not interested in me. But I'm turning around and my bear's spread out. Can you see it? Don't worry, my spray is out and ready. Oh my god. I think there's more than one. There's another one right there. I'm scanning for any others, but I heard it. I heard them give their little snorts because they're digging, and that's another sign. They are grizzlies, because grizzlies, they dig. That's a cub. That's a cub.
In the distance, she spotted a bear with a cub trailing close behind.
That's cool. That's cool. I'm just backing away. Once I get further down, I'll feel more comfortable turning and walking normally. But I'm still a little bit too close for comfort on that one. I mean, I'm talking. They might know I'm here. But I just don't want to be perceived as a threat to baby.
Staying calm, she slowly backed away, careful not to startle them. Thankfully, the bear showed no interest and she walked away unharmed. TikTok user Eric Hunter1 was driving on a deserted road at night when he noticed something remarkable. He checked his dash cam footage and it confirmed what he saw. As the headlights stretched into the darkness, a pale, human-like shape glided smoothly across the road. It didn't walk, it floated, slowly shifting from one side to the other, then vanished just as quietly as it appeared. Viewers are split. Some call it a ghost, others think it could be an animal seen from a strange angle, but no one can quite explain it. Last month, Charlotte Harding visited St. Fagan's National History Museum in Cardiff. It was just a casual day out, until she reviewed her photos. That's when she noticed something chilling. Faint, ghostly figures standing in the bushes. Disturbed, she began researching the site, and discovered that the Battle of St. Fagan's had taken place there in 1648, where nearly 200 soldiers lost their lives. What unsettled her the most? The uniforms worn by the parliamentary soldiers at the time closely matched the shapes seen in her photo. Did she truly capture the spirits of fallen soldiers, or was it all just a strange coincidence? Or a trick of the light? While enjoying a peaceful day in nature, this man posed for a simple photo. But once the image developed, something unbelievable appeared. Standing just in front of him was his late wife. A woman long gone from this world. The image defies explanation. Was it a trick of the light, a camera glitch, or did something truly unexplainable happen in that moment? For more chills, watch this next video.